Welcome to example 2 on the equations involving logarithm that I started with you in the first video. In the first video, we started looking at how to solve equations that contains logarithm, and we've done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved an example on it already in the first video, and I hope you understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. So in this video, I want us to solve another example so that you can get a better understanding of it. So as you can see, I have example 2 on the board, meaning we've already done example 1 in the first video. And I will encourage you to do well to watch the first video because the first video lays the foundation. I've done a lot of explanations in the first video that we are going to require that same understanding and knowledge to be able to solve this question as well. Okay, that's why it will be good for you to watch the first video so that you get a good foundation and understanding to easily handle this session as well. And please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do all to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the question that I have on the board and let's solve it together. So the question says, solve 3 log s to the base 10 plus log 3 to the base 10 equals log 81 to the base 10. So that is an equation on the board and we are being asked to solve it. So which simply means that you are supposed to find the value of s in the given equation because the variable that you are dealing with is what? S. Okay, so now we are going to apply the laws of logarithm that we've learned in the previous videos. Okay, so let me write down my solution and let's begin to solve it. Let me write the question. I have 3 log s to the base 10 plus log 3 to the base 10 equals log 81 to the base 10. The first thing that you are going to do is to apply the power rule or power law. Now, you can see that I have 3, which is a coefficient to the log here. So immediately you see that it means that the power rule needs to come in mind. The power rule will help us to be able to move this 3 so that it will become a power to the s, which is here. Okay, so that's the first thing that we have to do. And I've explained the power rule a lot in the previous video. So just a quick recap on the power rule. The power rule says that if I have s log y, now the s, which is a coefficient to the log here, okay, in other words, the s is in front of the log, we can move it so that it will become a power to the y, which is here. That is the power rule. So this can be written as log y to the power s. Okay, that's the power rule. If I have, let's say, 2 log 3, the power rule says that this 2, which is in front of the log, can move and become a become a power to the 3, which is here. Okay, so I'm going to write it as log 3 to the power 2. One more example. If I have, let's say, a log b, the power rule simply says that the a, which is in front of the log here, can move and become a power to the b, which is here. So I can write it as log b to the power a. So that is the rule that you are going to apply to move this 3 from here so that it will become a power to the s here so that we can proceed. I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. So let me clean this from here and let's proceed. Okay, so I'm going to write this as log s to the power 3 to the base 10 as I've explained. all that we did is to move the 3 here so that it will become a power to the variable s, which is here. That is the power rule. So I'm going to have log s to the power 3 to the base 10, then plus my log 3 to the base 10 equals log 81 to the base 10. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So we have this one. Now, the next step is to apply the product rule. Okay, the product rule or law of logarithm that you've learned in the previous video. Now, it says that immediately you see an addition, it means we can express it as multiplication. So that's what you are going to apply. Just a quick recap on that law before we apply it, which is the product rule or law. So the product rule says that if I have, let's say, log A plus log B, the rule says that you can simply multiply the variables or the numbers. So you just need to write your log, then you multiply the A by the B. So it's going to be AB. That is the product rule of logarithm. Okay, so if I have log 2 plus log 3, the product rule says that just write your log, then multiply the numbers. So it's going to be 2 times 3, which is going to be 6. So I have log 6. One more time, if I have log s plus log y, the product rule says that I can express this as multiplication. Having addition, you can express it as multiplication. How to do that is that just write your log and multiply, do your multiplication of the variables or the numbers. So I have s here, I have y here, they are going to multiply, which is going to be sy. So I'm going to have log sy. So that is the product rule that I just applied. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply it to this one. So I'm going to clean this from here so that we can proceed. Okay, now, so I'm going to apply the product rule as I've explained, don't forget. So this, I'm going to write it as the log of, then I'm going to multiply the s to the power 3 times the 3, which is here. So let me do it step by step. So I'm going to have s to the power 3 times the 3, which is here, to the base 10 equals log 81 to the base 10. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So apply the product rule. That's what helps us to have this. The product rule simply says that if I see addition, I can express it as multiplication. How to do that is that just repeat your log, which is there, then multiply the values that you have. So I have s to the power 3, which will multiply the 3, which is here, as I've placed in a bracket. So let's go ahead and simplify it further. Okay, so I'm going to have the log of s to the power 3 times 3 is going to give me 3s to the power 3 to the base 10 equals the log of 81 to the base 10. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. We just conducted a multiplication of this and this, and we wrote the value. So s to the power 3 times 3, it gives 3s to the power 3. Okay, then equals to log 81 to the base 10. So from here, the next step is to get rid of the log inside, because there's log here, there's another log here. So for us to be able to proceed and solve for s, we need to get rid of the log. And the only way to get rid of the log is to take anti-log of both sides. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to take anti-log of both sides. So I'm going to write taking anti-log of both sides. Okay. Taking anti-log of both sides. So immediately we take anti-log of both sides, it means the log here will not be written again, and also the log here will not be written again. So what I'm going to have left is the 3s to the power 3 equals the 81 because we've taken antilog of both sides. So let me continue from this side. Okay, I can even proceed from here. So I'm going to have left my 3s to the power 3 equals to 81. I hope you understand. So let's continue. Let me continue from here. Having the 3s to the power 3 equals to 81, we are solving for s. So all that I need to do is to divide here by 3 and here also by 3. That's the next step. So that this 3 and this 3 will cancel away. 3 goes here 1, 3 goes into the 81, 27 times. Okay, so I'm left with my s to the power 3 equals to 27. We are not done. If you leave it like this, you are not done. You will not get your mark because we are solving for s. Solving for s means that s needs to stand alone. So here we still have power 3 which is attached to the s. So we need to get rid of the power 3. And what you can do is to take cube root of both sides. Okay, so when you take cube root of both sides, we'll get the value of s. Okay, now, so I'm going to have the cube root of s to the power 3 here equals, then I'll take the cube root of the 27 as well. Okay, now the cube root simply means that 3 similar numbers that can multiply to give you the 27. Okay, but first of all, let's do our cancellation. The cube root will cancel the power 3 here. So we have my s equal to the cube root of 27. And as I'm explaining, the cube root of 27 simply means that 3 similar numbers that can multiply to give you the 27. And that is going to be 3. I hope you agree with me, because when we have 3 times 3 times 3, let's check. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So the cube root of 27 is 3. So I'm going to have my s equals to 3. As simple as that. I hope you understand and you agree with me. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do it like this, someone can also choose to do it like this. Let me clean it and show you. From here, let me write all. So from this side, having the s to the power 3 equals to 27, someone can choose to express this 27 in an exponent form. Okay, we are going to write the 27 in an exponent form. So let's do that. So I can simply write it as my s to the power 3 equals 27 in exponent form is going to be 3 to the power 3. I hope you understand, because 3 to the power 3 is 27. Then since the powers are the same, it means we can equate s to the 3 here. Okay, the powers are the same, so the bases also are the same. So my s will be equal to 3, which is the same as this. So either you do this or you do this, you get the same answer. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Please don't forget, like the video and also share as well. And if you are watching for the first time, please follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you again in another video whilst we solve another example on this. Bye bye.